Well, coming up in the program, we'll look at highlights from last season's Manawatu Youth Ministocks. We catch up with Ministock driver Katon Herko. We'll look at highlights from last season's New Zealand Minisprint one race final. Glen McCutcheon from the Minisprints, we catch up with him. We also look at highlights of this season's Manawatu Minisprint Champs. 3NZ Nathan Jefferies will be competing this weekend. We talk to him, and both of those guys, Nathan and Glenn, are pretty good buddies, and their cars are identical. We catch up with both of them to look at their friendship and how it comes that they race together. Well, this weekend it's the Manawatu Youth Ministock title. Last year it was a one-race final, could be the same. We look at how that went last year.
Ken Harris and Cheatham go back-to-back with the Manawatu Youth Ministock champs. First into the corner, 14 or 22 and 14, so Jaden Clark, Lachlan Timmins, Harris and Cheatham, Cullen Smith, Jacob Friday, they're your first five. As they head through turn 3 on to turn 4. Like the man from the Bay, 22B, Lachlan Timmins out in front. Harris and Cheatham, 41 car. But we've got the reds. We've had a roll. Is it a roll? Yes, it looks like it is on the turn 4. We are away again. The final for 2025, the Manawatu Minisprint Youth Division. Harris and Cheatham out in front at the moment. Lachlan Timmins out of the Bay, sitting in second place. Jaden Clark, the 14P, sitting in third. 6 laps down, 15 laps for the race, so 9 to go. Good drive for Harris and Cheatham, picking good line, sitting on the ball line, steady as you go. 8 laps gone, 7 to go. The 41 cars in front, Harris and Cheatham, 59 Katon Nicholson, Jacob Friday, 522, sitting in third. 3 to go. Harris and Cheatham still the lead car. Jane Nicholson, Jacob Friday, Lachlan Timmins, Ashton Gore. One stopped on turn 2. The grass, but it's well out of harm's way. Last lap. Got the flag. He just needs to keep his nose clean. Just get round to the flag. He's gone back to back. 19.6 average a lap. He's coming around to the front. He picks up the checkered flag. He has gone back to back. Harris and Cheatham unofficially is your 2025 Manawatu Ministock Champ Youth Division. Once again, back to back.
Well, the Manawatu Youth Ministock title for the season is not far away at all. We decided to catch up with somebody who's certainly in the top half dozen on points so far, the pilot of 48P, and it's Katon Herko. Katon, this is what, season 3 for you now?
Yes, yep, season 3. Started off back in 2021 and I had the club car as my first season.
Yeah.
And it was a good learning experience.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite the best car, but it was good to learn in. And then after the first season, we went and bought another car. It handled way better, but it also came with unreliable engine problems, and I was starting to get too tall for the roll cage. So coming towards the end of the season, we decided to buy a new car, which came from the Bay.
Yep.
And it's been much better.
So take us back to the reason you got into Speedway.
I started coming to Speedway around the age of 4, and Dad had always come to watch the years before that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just always loved it. And I just always asked, can I have a Ministock? And eventually...
you wore them down.
Yeah, he made a deal with me. If I save up half the price for one, if we
they'll
get
fund
one.
the rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we came along with the club car, which was $800 bundle for a season.
Yeah.
So we entered for that and we got it. And then, did my first season in that.
So you would agree that the club having that Ministock is a great idea for people that want to get a foot in the door.
Yeah, it was a good. It let me know if I really liked it or not.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't like it, and we spend all this money on a car, and I didn't like it, it'd be a waste of time and money.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What about some of the other drivers? Do you find the other guys in the youth class, are they pretty good? They're pretty helpful. If you've got any questions, I'll help out.
When I first started, everyone was very friendly and just keen to help you out, give you some tips, tricks. Made a lot of mates too. Yeah, come a far way.
Okay.
Where I started.
Have you got any guys that you sort of look up to and say, well, those guys are going real well. I'd like to, lift my game to be a little better than what I am now?
A little bit. I've had a couple of people that I've kind of just watched their lines. A couple of the older drivers have aged out now. Just watch their lines and see what they do.
Have you been away from Palmy? Have you driven on other tracks?
Yeah, we've been up to first. We've been at Gisborne.
How is that track?
It's quite a good banking to it. You don't necessarily need a setup. You just kind of drive, and there's only about 1.5 car width of racing line, and if you come off it, you slow down a reasonable amount.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to pass. And then we've been up to MIP in Rotorua and Huntly Future Speedway, which I won that event, so that was good. And then Wanganui, finished 9th for the Ocean View 5000 this season. And then Miani, just one random night, I got first overall for that night, which was good. And then for the Wellington Capital Champs, I got second overall for the under-14 boys.
You've done pretty well for already 3 seasons.
Thank you. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think so far has been your best result?
Probably up in Huntly for Future Speedway.
Yeah.
The first overall.
What's the secret of successful mini stock racing, do you think? How do you get the results?
Just keep trying and trying, and then you find consistency. And if you're in a big meeting, consistency wins. You just don't need to win the race on the first lap. You just keep chipping away till you get up there.
For somebody who is about your age and before 10ish or whatever, that's thinking of getting into mini stocks, what advice would you give them?
Stay close to the pole line and have little goals you set for yourself each night.
Yeah.
Don't try to set a goal or win the race, because you're most likely not to do that in your first meeting.
Yeah.
I went my whole entire first season without a top 10 finish, I think.
Yeah.
And then when the second season, I bought the other car with overheating issues, and then I started to get top 10s.
Yep.
And then we got this car, and then my third meeting in it, I got a win in it over in Miani, which was my first win. And my first debut in the car was at Rotorua for MIP, and I got a second, 6th, and a 10th in it. So I was stoked with that.
Thanks for your time, mate. We wish you well for this weekend.
Thank you.
All the best. Katon Herko in the 48P Youth Ministock. Is he going to be on the podium for the title? Every chance. We'll find out in a day or two. Time to catch up with the mini sprints. We'll look at highlights of last season's New Zealand Minisprint one race final.
Kuriga leads him to the line. We get the green. Donald Kuriga makes the run around the outside of Carl Eulenberg, and he gets to the lead. Conrad Hall into third. Nathan Jefferies ahead of Dwayne Hickman. We go back to Aaron Eulenberg, trying to look through the field. We got a pile up here, and it's Brad Merwood involved, Roger Smith, and Connor Linklater will go to a restart. It's a swarm of Stratford cars as we get the green. This time, Eulenberg gets the start. Carl Eulenberg over Kuriga. Conrad Hall back to Dwayne Hickman, the 1NZ, up into 4th spot over Nathan Jefferies, the 3NZ. Aaron Eulenberg trying to hold off Daniel Nicol. He's charging through the 18P. Already up into 6th from grid 10. But checking out in front, Carl Eulenberg, the 28S, over Donald Kuriga. Conrad Hall, Nathan Jefferies goes by the 1NZ of Dwayne Hickman. He's up into 4th now, Jefferies. Nicol's right behind Hickman. Nicol's making a move. Oh, look at Hickman now, making a big dive on the 3NZ. They're throwing haymakers at each other early in the piece. The 3 and the 1, Conrad Hall. This is benefiting him, the 88. Jefferies around the outside of the 1NZ. He's got the pace. Carl Eulenberg checking off here. Donald Kuriga, Conrad Hall. Then we go back to Dwayne Hickman into 4th. Nathan Jefferies back into 5th. He crosses back underneath of Hickman. Back to Daniel Nicol, Aaron Eulenberg, Glen McCutcheon, Craig Mason, Cam Hurley in 10th. Still Eulenberg, and he's well and truly ahead. He's over 3 seconds ahead of Donald Kuriga, who has about a 2-second lead to Conrad Hall, who is just holding off Dwayne Hickman, the New Zealand champion. Back to Nathan Jefferies, who's got another lease of life as he makes a run to the outside. Now dives to the inside of Hickman, or gets it a wee bit wrong. There comes Daniel Nicol. Daniel Nicol, the 18P, right on the back of the 3NZ. Glen McCutcheon right there as well. And Nicol takes a dive up the inside of Nathan Jefferies. We lose the 82 to the infield. Cam Hurley out of this one. Nichols now to the inside of the 3NZ. Nicol now goes in Hunter Hall. Oh, look at this. Dwayne Hickman to the inside of Conrad Hall. Into the third spot. Nathan Jefferies gets up the inside of Nicol. Glen McCutcheon, they're 3 wide. Here comes McCutcheon to the inside of Nicol. So Hickman sitting in third. The current New Zealand champion just on that last spot of the podium. Conrad Hall back to fourth. Then we go back to Nathan Jefferies, Glen McCutcheon, and Nicol drops back to the 7th spot there, the 18P, as we have 10 laps to run here. Make it 9 now, 16 down for the 28S. He hasn't put a foot wrong tonight. Back to the 38, to the 1NZ, then Glen McCutcheon. Now we got one up and over. Oh, the 10S just avoids it there. That's the 66, Craig Mason, gone over. 9 to run as they cross the line. Yep, it shall be. And Eulenberg leads it. Look at Daniel Nicol, the 18. Here comes McCutcheon to the inside of the 1NZ for the 3rd spot on the podium. Eulenberg off in the lead. That's Carl Eulenberg over Donald Kuriger. And the 81, Glen McCutcheon, has just gone by the 1NZ. And he goes by the 38S as well. McCutcheon's car's coming on. McCutcheon into the 2nd spot. Kuriger back into 3rd. Oh, Kuriger's gone wide. Here comes the 1NZ to the inside. Hickman back into that 3rd spot. Kuriger back to 4th. And we've got a spin up here. We'll go yellow again for the 4S. Be 5 laps to run when they cross the green this time round. Has McCutcheon got anything on the 28 of Eulenberg? Oh, Kuriger straight to the inside. Barges his way back into 2nd. Hickman's gone around by himself there. Gets piled into by Eulenberg. Aaron Eulenberg, that is. Come to the green. And we're racing again. Kuriger missed the start. The 38 out of Stratford. Coast to the infield. Aaron Eulenberg starting to put her name in the mix now. It's a D.T.H 2-3. Nichols is trying to get by Aaron Eulenberg. He does. That's 4th. But Carl Eulenberg off and away goes to 28 out of Stratford. Carl Eulenberg through turn 3. Out of turn 4. He's your new New Zealand Minisprint champion. Carl Eulenberg takes the win. Glen McCutcheon home in 2nd. Nathan Jefferies stays 3rd.
Saving sign writing. Doesn't have to change his number.
Daniel Nicol 4th for a DTH 234.
Well, the New Zealand Minisprint Champs are coming up very shortly at the Robinson Prestige International Speedway, and they're going to be highly contested. And one man who'll be contesting it, just like everybody else is going to be doing it, I suppose, is the man behind the 2NZ, Glen McCutchen. Glenn, take us back, mate, the history and when you first started in Speedway, and what started your flame, what lit your candle, so to speak.
Started back in, I think, 97, 98. Yeah, in TQs up in Miami. Before that I crewed for stock car guys, so I don't know, just open wheels always appealed to me. I'm not really sure why. Goes back a little bit, I think, family history. Yep. They used to do a lot of circuit stuff.
How did the opportunity to jump into a TQ come up?
I pretty much just decided one day that was what I was going to do, and looked up Trade Me, I think, from memory, and found a car and just paid the money and pretty much went and bought it. And
what sort of condition was it in when you got it? Did it need a lot of work or was it pretty ready?
It was pretty ready, other than I didn't know at the time that they were, it was a little bit different because it was a V-twin, and so it was a bit of an odd car, and they were, I didn't know, but the chassis size they were out ruling, so I had it for a couple of seasons before,
So what happened after that? Did you get another TQ or?
I was lucky enough to get involved with a couple of the guys, Boyd Dalton and Paul Luderman, and they, pretty much helped me out with getting another car. we did look at building a new one, but ended up with getting the next. Was actually a Lance Beale TQ, yeah.
So you had a bit of time off after the TQ. You didn't retire, but you sort of had a break.
Yeah, did the marriage by the house thing, yeah.
Oh, yes. And then what happened after that? Was it the mini sprints?
And then another guy that I actually crewed for with the stock car, he went into mini sprints, and yeah, so he got me back again, started crewing for him, and then he got sick, so he decided that I'd hop behind the wheel and have a go.
What success would you say you've had in the mini sprints? What's been your big memories and your best times?
Best times have honestly been with my teammates and my stablemate, yeah. Results have just sort of come. I haven't never rated myself as a driver, so I'm just pretty much do what I do, and yeah, I put a lot of pressure on myself to do well though. Yeah.
Well, you don't get a 2NZ just handed out to you. You've got to earn it, right?
I always said to my brother, which is my crew member, that I've always thought I could perhaps on a good night get 3NZ. So I was pretty stoked to come with 2. Some of my best races I've had a good tussle with someone, and we've been mid-pack.
Yep.
It's not, yeah.
But
as I said, some of the races you win, you go out, especially if you lead from start to finish, it's actually quite, you'd almost say boring, because you're just out there doing your thing.
Have had a few years in the mini sprint, no regrets, obviously. You enjoy the car. Is it an easy car to drive?
Yeah. Interesting you say that, because last year at Harrisville we all had to go in each other's car, and I felt mine was the worst.
Really?
Yeah.
Everybody else's car was far better.
Yeah.
If you were to describe your best track, the favourite track, the one that you loved to race on, is there one that's been consistent for you? And is there one that's been terrible for you?
That was the funny thing, because I've always liked Palmy, but I always feel Palmy, it evens everyone up. Like someone that's a little bit slower probably at another track seems to be a lot faster than Palmy, so that it can be a lot harder to pass them.
How does that happen?
I just think because I don't think Palmy is as technical as some of the other tracks. You need to be more of a driver.
So what's your plans?
Well, yeah. I plan to hang up the helmet at the end of the season, yeah.
End of the season. So we're talking April, roughly.
Yeah, Easter, yeah, around the May.
So what are your plans between now and then? What do you want to achieve? What would you, if you're going to go out, what would you like to go out with? Any particular title or any particular memory?
I just spoke to Nathan before this, actually. I've come to the conclusion that, I've never won anything. I've only ever come second or third, so...
So you've been the bridesmaid, never the bride?
Yep.
Okay. So is there any reason why you want to hang up your helmet?
Times, like I just said earlier, that during the week stuff, I struggle with getting help. Yeah, so
getting time to prepare for the racing.
A lot of it I do myself. So and I do reasonable hours at work, and obviously family.
Well, Glenn, thanks for your time, mate. And congratulations on what you've achieved so far. And we look forward to seeing what you're going to achieve in the future, even though you don't think you're going to achieve anything. I have a feeling you will. But it's good to catch up with you, and thanks for your time.
No, thank you.
All the very best.
Yeah.
Glen McCutcheon, well, he's a 2NZ, and he's got some experience, and hey, who knows what's going to happen between now and the end of the season. We take a break, we'll catch up with Nathan Jefferies and discuss with the guys the relationship, the partnership, and how it all came together in just a minute. Let's look at the highlights from this season's Manawatu Minisprint Champs, the one race final. 15 laps. Power on. Who's in front? Daniel Nichols in the 18. Nathan Jefferies round the outside. In the front. Will he do what he did in the last race? Just take off.
3 and Z, Nathan Jefferies. Then we go to 18, Daniel Nichols, Jordan McLeod, Glenn McCutchen. 28 was on the grass, 26 Aaron Sowry, or 28 Bryce Sowry. One of them on the grass. 3 and Z, the lead car. Then we go to Daniel Nichols, Glen McCutcheon, Jordan McLeod, Aaron Eulenberg, Dwayne Hickman. Laps, 4 completed. Nathan Jefferies in front. Daniel Nicholl, Glen McCutcheon, Jordan McLeod, Dwayne Hickman, Aaron Eulenberg, Cameron Hurley. Bit of a gap now between the 3 and Z and the 18P. Almost the length of the straight. 3 and Z pouring on the power. He's checked out. McCutcheon sitting in 3rd place at the moment, the 2 and Z car. Looking to catch the 18P. 6 laps completed. 18P sitting in 2nd place. McCutcheon in 3rd. Then we go back to Jordan McLeod, Dwayne Hickman, Aaron Eulenberg. Seven laps completed, almost halfway for Nathan Jefferies. Daniel Nicholl, 2nd place, Glen McCutcheon. Then we go to Jordan McLeod and Dwayne Hickman. What's going to tell us a little bit of lap traffic when he gets into traffic. It's going to slow him down, or is he going to take a high line, get round the outside? 3 and Z, Nathan Jefferies, Daniel Nicholl sitting in 2nd place. He's getting slowed up a little bit by the traffic. Trying to find a way around it. Going to try and take the outside. He's gone around the outside. He's trying to put another car between him. Give him some breathing space, but the 18's gone around the outside as well. 10 gone, 5 to go. 3 and Z out front, hotly pursued by the 18 of Daniel Nichols. Glen McCutcheon not really that far away either. Just needs to close them up with an accident or something or slow it down. Getting into lap traffic, slower traffic. 3 and Z still out in front. Daniel Nicholl, the 18P, not that far behind. He'd be well aware that he's catchable. Going around the outside, 3 and Z. 18P slowing down, I think, a little bit. Looking at some of the lap times. Quickest is Glen McCutcheon in the 2 and Z. Jaden Williams in the 54P is doing pretty well too. But Nathan Jefferies averaging 15.6. Last lap. Took it out, 3 and Z. The 18P wasn't very far behind them too. And 2 and Z, McCutcheon. Glen McCutcheon in 3rd.
Nathan Jefferies, the man who pilots the 3 and Z, took out the Manawatu title. Mate, I've got to ask you about that. On the night, you were just on rails. What happened? What was the difference?
Just not really sure. I think the track being a little bit rough was sort of like a level playing field, and we just seemed to have the car that suited the track on the night, and I was pretty determined to win it. I've tried for a long time to win it, and 2nd and 3rd places, never a first. So, yeah, I guess I just had the determination in me, and we had a good run in the heats and tried some stuff out on the top, and yeah, just it was our night.
The big problem, though, is that, I mean, you jumped out in the final race and very quickly you got away, and then you caught up with that traffic eventually, and that slowed you down. But the problem was you had a very fast field coming behind you. 14p for a start, plus a few others.
Yeah, it did take me a little bit too long to find it. Just with the track being a little bit rough, I tried 3 and 4 and thought I was going to go on the fence when I caught one of the holes, and then probably just took me a couple of laps to work out that 1 and 2 was my passing opportunity. So once I worked that out, I think, I took my chances when I needed to. I knew they would be coming, and I knew my car was fast on the bottom and they really would have to work hard to get me, and I wasn't going to give up without trying. So I was just trying to race smart, not take too many chances and too many risks and, ruin it for myself.
And at what stage did you think, I think I've got this?
When I came around 3 and 4 and I looked to my right and I couldn't see a blue and yellow 18p coming around the outside, I thought, finally done it.
Finally done it, and you finally got it. A couple of days away from the North Islands. When you're planning for that, are you planning anything different, or is it just making sure the car is 100%?
We actually had a terrible run at the GP in the weekend just gone, so we're going to tear the car down to chassis and go through the suspension, new bits, just check everything over. It's the sort of thing we'd do for New Zealand's, and obviously this is a big title as well, so we're probably just being forced to do it a little bit earlier this year, but it just needs to be done. The GP didn't go to plan, so we try and prep the car so she's all done when we turn up at the track, and we'll go play a game of golf on Saturday morning before Speedway just to take our minds off and just keep ourselves busy, but not thinking about racing. As far as the racing goes, you just got to take it from when you get your grids, who's around you, take the opportunities when they come on the track. Like, you can't preempt anything. You can, it's not something that you know is going to happen. So you just have to be in the moment, and you just got to go or don't. So it's just a split second decision, and it's either the right one or the wrong one, and hopefully we make the right ones all night and get into the top 4 for the feature for the starting grids, and then see what happens. 25 laps is a long race, so you've got to be there at the end. I went into the New Zealand's last year, hoping for another number, and to walk away with a 3 again, it's just it was something I actually couldn't believe happened. To have it back to back, to get it the first time was amazing.
It's funny, I didn't think it was going to be anything different.
Yeah, we just didn't quite have the car under us. We blew our good motor a couple of weeks prior, and we put a new motor in. It didn't quite have the power, but we were there at the end, and I watched the video afterwards, and I didn't actually think I was that quick on the track compared to the others, but when the later race stages, we were as quick as anyone. So once we got into that 3rd spot, I was following my mate Glenn, and you may not believe this, but when he actually passed me mid-race, I was cheering him on in my helmet, he had a better car, and he flew past me, and I was that excited for him. I remember going down the backstroke past the grandstand going, "Come on, McCutcheon, you got this, boy, come on." It's a weird moment that I'll probably never forget, but to see him come in 2 NZ in front of me,
A fantastic result.
Oh, super stoked for the guy.
Yeah. Who are some of the mini sprint guys? There might be 1 or 2 that you particularly admire, you think drive well, good car, always consistent?
Well, there's some guys that are always hard and fast to race, like Carl Eulenberg out of Stratford. You go up there, man, you got to be on your A game even just to try and catch him. And he's a good, clean racer. And there's guys like Daniel Nicol and Donald Kurger and those guys that have been around in the class for a long, long time. And you can race side by side with them. You can race hard and fast, and then you're going to give each other racing room and stuff like that. The class has got such a strong field of drivers now. We can turn up to any meeting and anyone can actually take it out. Anyone could podium and stuff like that. And that's what the class should be about. And it's such a cool thing to know that you're turning up to their meeting, and if you don't have your best foot forward, you're a no-show. It's been a surreal ride having the 3NZ for 2 seasons. It's something I never actually thought I would actually do. So to go back to back and carry it, and I've tried to represent, and I did 24 race meetings the first year with the 3NZ on it, and I did 28 race meetings with the 3NZ last year. So I think that's what it's about. When you have a New Zealand number, you go out and you show it off, and you show what this class is about.
And you race it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's the man, Nathan Jefferies, the 3NZ. North Island's are only days away. New Zealand's at the end of the month. Is he going to be on the podium? I'll put $1 on him. Glen McCutchen and Nathan Jefferies, the 2 and 3 NZs in the mini sprints. Guys, how did you guys first meet up? You race as a team. I want to ask you what that really means. But how did you guys first meet up?
So Glenn obviously had his own car a few years ago, and always knew he was a fierce, fast competitor and someone that was good to race with on the track. And he decided that he was out of racing, and then somehow I ended up with owning 2 mini sprints, and I happened to have them both painted the same colour. And I thought there's no point in leaving one mini sprint sitting in the shed gathering dust. So I gave him a phone call one day, and
Instead of, I got a deal for you.
yeah, that's pretty much how it went. Hey, Glenn, have I got a deal for you?
Yeah.
He went away and thought about it for about 30 seconds, I reckon, before he rang me back. Yeah, so we just invited him to come along and start doing some racing and take the car and look after it and treat it as his home.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was 3 years ago, so it's sort of all history from there.
Because the cars are painted identically, do you kind of race as a team, or is it just like a buddy arrangement?
Most of the teamwork's all done in the pits.
Yeah.
We're there to have a good time on and off the track, and we definitely have a good time in the pits, having some laughs, picking each other up, helping each other out. So obviously these 2 cars are the same, and then we add Daniel Nickel 18p into the team, to the D.T.H Racing stables.
Yep.
So we've kind of got like a 3-car team.
Yep. So, Glenn, give us an honest opinion of this guy as a racer, do you think?
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Well, he's just given you a $20 note. So,
Yeah, he's hard and fast, and yes, he's one that, he's quite different to me. He needs to win. I just go to,
you go out and have a bit of fun. And,
yeah, I go, yeah. We've joked about it, I'm always the backup.
yeah, you're the tail gunner.
Yeah, I'm there to, yeah.
You remember he was talking earlier about the time that you shot past him when you got to 2NZ. And did you remember that? You would have thought, oh, there's...
Yeah, it was funny because I only started off grid 7 for the final, so I didn't really think I had a show at all. And yeah, would have been half race, I guess. Yeah, I just started catching them, and then because him and Daniel were close together,
Yep.
and I passed them both pretty much in the same lap. So,
But you guys, you get on pretty well in the pits. You know, you have a lot of fun from the sound of things.
yeah, huge amount of fun, really. Yeah, it's the last few years for me have been best years of my racing for sure.
So Nathan, if he does decide to retire, and we're going to talk him out of it, we're losing something. We're losing a nice guy. We're losing a great competitor, and someone that goes out there to have fun, but certainly put on a show. He's a good driver.
He's a really good driver, and it's quite funny because he's got this little saying. He always says to us, I'll just let you go when he starts in front of us. But well, he's just like every other racer, even though he doesn't want to admit it. Once that visor goes down, he's every man for himself.
He's away.
And not once has he let us go. Like, even though he doesn't back himself as a racer, he's definitely a good racer. And that's the reason I chose him to put him in the car originally.
Yep.
And he's shown it, like, you can't say you're not a racer and you're standing next to your car with a 2NZ on it. So
Yeah. Glen and Nathan, you've been good buddies. You've worked together as a bit of a team. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your racing, and we wish you all the very best for this weekend and, of course, the New Zealanders at Stratford.
thank you very much.
There they are, 2 and 3NZ together in the right order. The big ones are coming up in the next couple of weeks. We wish them well.